Nike, the iconic giant that rules the sportswear world, is now getting trounced. Just 2 years ago, it commanded a global market share of 17.1%. However, in 2024, that number slipped to 16.4%. If that wasn't enough, its stock's taken a nosedive, losing nearly 30% of its value in just a year. Once the brand that defined cool and innovation, Nike now seems caught in a game of catch-up. How did the mighty swoosh slip? And is there a way back to the top? Nike's story starts in 1964 when Phil Knight, a middle-distance runner, and Bill Bowerman, a visionary track coach, joined forces to create Blue Ribbon Sports. Originally, they imported Japanese running shoes to the US, with far bigger ambitions. By 1971, they rebranded as Nike, named after the Greek goddess of victory, with a bold mission to revolutionize sportswear. The now famous swoosh logo, designed for just $35, symbolized speed and movement, and boy, did Nike live up to that. Talk about shooting and scoring big. One of Nike's earliest game changers was Bowerman's waffle sole innovation. Inspired by his wife's waffle iron, he created a lightweight, grippy sole that transformed running shoes. This breakthrough led to the launch of the Nike Cortez in 1972, a shoe that quickly became a must in everyone's cart. Nike didn't stop at footwear. The brand struck gold in 1984 with its partnership with Michael Jordan, birthing the Air Jordan line, a move that revolutionized both basketball and sneaker culture. Then came the unforgettable Just Do It campaign in 1988, an advertising masterstroke that still inspires millions today. Someone get me a doctor, 'cause that's just genius. By the 1990s, Nike had expanded globally, riding a wave of innovation and marketing genius to become a $37.4 billion empire by 2020. Not bad for a company that started with a waffle iron and a dream, right? That's a slam dunk. While Nike was ruling the athletic footwear kingdom, some serious competition entered the arena. Brands like Hoka and OnCloud have been stealing the spotlight and the market share now. Hoka's chunky, ultra-cushioned shoes have become a favorite for runners and casual wearers alike, while OnCloud's sleek, tech-forward designs cater to athletes who want both style and performance. Together, these two brands have shaken up the market, cutting Nike and Adidas' combined share from 70% to 50% in just a few years, and that's no small feat for the newcomers. New Balance is having a serious stomp session on Nike as well. Once pegged as the dad shoe brand, it's now pulling in a 29% annual revenue growth between 2021 and 2023. How? By mixing performance and style, grabbing endorsements like Kawhi Leonard and Jack Harlow, as well as a collaboration with Sydney McLaughlin, the track star who's breaking records and capturing hearts. Even Crocs, yes, those rubber clogs, are getting their kicks in. With a 1.5% revenue increase last quarter while others struggled, they've become a quirky staple among celebs like Justin Bieber and Post Malone. And let's not forget Puma, which has found its sweet spot by blending performance tech with streetwear coolness, scoring partnerships with Rihanna and Neymar. All these brands collaborating with rising stars resonate deeply with younger, diverse audiences. Nike, on the other hand, risks being seen as the brand of yesteryear. And seriously, Nike's athlete roster reads like a Hall of Fame lineup. LeBron James, Serena Williams, Tiger Woods. These names have brought the brand countless accolades and billions in revenue. Here's the catch. These legends, while iconic, are nearing the twilight of their careers. LeBron's in his late 30s, Serena's retired from tennis, and Tiger's best golf days are behind him. Sure, these stars still resonate with older fans, but are they clicking with Gen Z? The younger crowd gravitates toward fresh faces and dynamic personalities, something Nike seems to be missing out on. Nike, still in the trance of its long-gone legacy, is letting these new brands get the spotlight. And they aren't just taking small bites out of Nike's market share, they're carving huge chunks out. Their innovative designs and fresh marketing are attracting younger, trend-savvy customers. Nike might still be the big dog, yet it's clear that agility and creativity are winning the day. For a company that's used to leading the pack, Nike now finds itself chasing after competitors who figured out how to be both fast and fashionable. That's a race worth watching, and there's much more crazy stories coming up next. Kick that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Nike's legendary trifecta, Dunks, Jordans, and Air Force Ones, has been the backbone of sneaker culture for decades, and lately, the magic feels like it's wearing thin. The Nike Dunk Low, which once flew off shelves as a collector's grail, is now so mass-produced, it's practically a uniform at high schools everywhere. Sales for Dunks still bring in millions. However, oversaturation has dulled the exclusivity that once made them special. Then there's the Air Jordan line, which contributes over $5 billion annually to Nike's revenue. With retro releases coming out faster than ever, even longtime fans are starting to experience fatigue. Iconic? Absolutely. Overplayed? Say it ain't so. The Air Force One, a consistent moneymaker with annual sales exceeding $800 million, has also lost its luster due to overproduction. What was once a must-have is now seen as just another pair of shoes on the shelf. Perhaps Nike's struggling to look ahead and bring fresh, innovative ideas to the table. Instead of giving sneakerheads something fresh and groundbreaking, Nike seems stuck in a loop of recycling past successes. The problem isn't about shoes. It runs deeper. The very culture that's kept Nike alive and thriving is shifting. And basketball, the sport that made Jordans and many other iconic models legendary, is seeing its influence wane. And the foundation has started to crack. Basketball isn't just a sport, it's a massive cultural force. Lately, its grip seems to be slipping, and Nike's feeling the burn. NBA viewership is down significantly, with an average of just 1.4 million viewers across major networks, a 19% drop from last year. Fewer eyeballs on the game means less excitement around the players, and by extension, the sneakers they endorse. For a brand like Nike, whose identity is so deeply tied to basketball, this is a big problem. Signature lines like Air Jordans and LeBrons are iconic, with their appeal closely linked to the sport's popularity. If people aren't watching basketball, they're less likely to buy the shoes. Meanwhile, Nike's been slow to tap into other sports where the action's heating up. Competitors like New Balance are thriving by endorsing rising stars like tennis sensation Coco Gauff, while Adidas continues to dominate soccer with legends like Lionel Messi. Nike, on the other hand, seems over-reliant on basketball, missing opportunities to diversify its influence. As interest in basketball wanes, Nike needs to expand its playbook, or risk losing its spot at the top. Time for Nike to think outside the court. Nike's marketing magic used to be legendary, yet lately they're struggling to find their footing. On one side, they're overproducing classics like Dunks and Air Force Ones, stripping them of their exclusivity. On the other hand, the sneakers app's limited releases leave fans frustrated with slim chances of scoring coveted pairs. It's a back and forth that's leaving the sneakerheads discouraged and disappointed. Then, there's the infamous Devin Booker Book 1 launch. Instead of a grand rollout, Nike released just 500 pairs at Art Basel, leaving fans scratching their heads. Nike needs to find a balance, keeping their products special while ensuring they're not impossible to get. Right now, this tug-of-war between mass appeal and exclusivity is making it hard for them to hit the mark. Worst of all, Nike's shift to direct-to-consumer sales is disconnecting them from the community. Sneaker culture thrives on in-person experiences, like lining up at a store and meeting fellow enthusiasts. By prioritizing online sales, Nike lost the very culture it helped build. It's time for a rethink, because without the community, the swoosh loses its speed and movement up. Can all this downfall be linked to the changing leadership? Taking the reins as Nike's CEO in 2020, John Donahoe came in with a solid resume. Heck, he doubled eBay's revenue and 2.5 times its market value. He knew how to navigate the online tech world. Leading a sneaker empire ain't the same. The sneaker game has a whole different set of rules, and Donahoe got ejected from the game. Under his leadership, Nike stock took a hit, dropping by about 20%. And those mass layoffs, they didn't exactly scream team player to the workforce. The cherry on top, a $2 billion cost-cutting plan that had everyone wondering if Nike was losing its soul to the spreadsheets. In October 2024, Nike appointed Elliott Hill, a veteran who's seen it all in his years at the company. When news broke that he'd be taking over, the stock jumped 7%, and for good reason. Hill's plan? Bring back the focus on athletes, storytelling, and a more balanced marketplace strategy. He wants to reconnect with what made Nike an icon in the first place. Innovation, authenticity, and let's face it, a bit of swagger. Nike's challenges are real, but let's not count them out just yet. The brand's juggling a tough balancing act, honoring its legendary heritage while bringing something fresh to the table. Younger consumers are flocking to edgier, more innovative competitors, leaving Nike scrambling to win back its cool factor. A leadership shakeup is a good start, and their recent Olympic campaigns brought back a spark of Nike's golden years. They've done it before, building an empire from waffle soles and gutsy marketing. The question is, can they channel that same daring energy now? It won't be easy, but if any brand has the chops to turn things around, it's Nike. The swoosh might be down, but it's definitely not out. What do you think? Can Nike make a comeback, or is the competition too strong? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and check out our other videos for more deep insights into the biggest names and trends you love. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss out on the action.